Hey everybody, let's take a look at some new or recent GShock Square releases. Earlier in this month, I saw a big listing of all the new G-Shocks, and I thought, wow, these are pretty cool. I love G-Shocks. Have I not had them on my channel yet? Maybe. I've had a few, but I absolutely love G-Shocks, and actually pretty much only the G-Shock Square. And I've loved them for many years. So have you. So has everyone, right? I saw a couple of people saying, what is Casio doing? These are all ridiculous. They're over the top." And I'm like, "That's what I like. That's what you want." Like, remember, Casio is not discontinued making this one. If you want something staid and classic, timeless, you can still get them. But I do love it when they come out with something a little special. So this is, I'll call it a half unboxing because I don't want to waste too much of your time. I just want to waste a little. Grown men playing with watches, right? Which one to start? All these three squares. I think this one, then this one, then this one. We'll do that. So get this out of here. So this guy right here. Firstly, comes in an outer box, nothing special, nothing unique about it. The inner box, though, is kind of special. This is part of the SS series. I think it means Street series. Or is it the Street Sense series? I'm not too sure. But the model number is the GM. Come on. It does. This is like $1,000 phone. Oh, it's in wide angle. Oh, I'm still learning. This is the GM-5600SS. You got to trust me on that one. The 5600 series, they're actually a resin case with a metal panel back, but the GM watches have a metal bezel, kind of the opposite of this guy, where the case is steel, but the bezel is resin. So they have the appearance of metal, but cost reduced, kind of. I don't have any of these. I haven't had a GM watch before because the other ones just didn't quite appeal to me that much. But this new line I thought was really crazy, really kind of fun, and so it's the first GM-5600 I have. I think these are going to be a little more collectible. I don't know. I don't think they're explicitly a limited edition, but I have a feeling that they are special to celebrate sort of the 40th anniversary. Every 5 years, there's a sort of anniversary edition. And these are the start of that year. You see it says since 1983. They don't all say that. All right, so I got the wide angle lens on so we could see everything, but that also means that the quality is poor and it doesn't zoom in. There we go. Nice. So you have all this paintball kind of splotches, like your everyday street when you're just walking down and paint is just flying everywhere. But I thought that was pretty cool. You have the appearance of metal. The nice thing about this, they're not like $500 or $600 like the full metal G-Shock squares. They are at the low price of, what did I pay? 150 to 200. I'm not gonna press a single pusher in this video because you know how the squares work, I'm assuming. This one's negative display. Looks pretty cool. Looks pretty fun. Let's move on. This guy. This one I really like. It was getting a lot of criticism. I mean, doesn't everything get a lot of criticism and a lot of praise? But this one I think is a proper 40th anniversary. It doesn't. They're not saying that, and I'm sure they will actually come out with real 40th anniversary G-Shocks later this year. But this is kind of a preview of what's to come. In case you don't know, this is the DW-5000 model. There's not a ton of those. The one on my wrist is a GW-5000, and there's not a ton of those. If you see 5000, that means it's a steel case with a steel screwback. If it's 5600, that means it's resin, with a few exceptions. You got to go back very far. So this is a proper stainless steel modern square. And I haven't seen this in a while. Someone else chime in and correct me if I'm wrong. but it's not IP coated. I haven't seen that in a long time. This is bare, polished steel. I think that looks really nice. The other thing that kind of caught me, I thought that all of this texture was just painted on, and sure enough, that graffiti is painted on here. You have the 1983 bit here, shock resist, but it's textured. Let's see if we can get some of that. This is not the same piece of plastic just painted. There's a brick pattern. There we go. There's a brick pattern kind of molded into this bezel. And there's a brick pattern molded into the strap. That's not just painted on. That's like I could feel that with my fingernail. And it actually says 321SC? I don't know the significance of 321 in the world of G-Shocks. It's not like a 321 module. It's 3421. Anyways, I think that's pretty cool, and I really like the way they took the brick pattern that's on so many of these dial bezel surround, and they extended it there. Now, this is not the G-Shock square that I wear every day for maybe fun events or never. I just wear it a couple of times. I just think it's cool. This is the one that I kind of wear most of the time, but something like this, that's kind of funky. I should probably put them on, right? Let's do that. Let's get a look of how that looks on the wrist. I like it. I like that color scheme. It's like I'm from the streets where all the graffiti and paintballs are. Let's bring the other one back. Odd enough, this is how this came packaged. Maybe someone owned that before me. I don't think I've seen other videos of these yet. I ordered them as soon as I got the notification they were available. They just arrived. They just opened them up. That's really nice. The strap on that's nice and glossy. I always liked this. These straps have they don't continue the pattern of these rivets down below. I always liked this kind more. I like that integrated tapered look. I kind of wish more of the special editions did that. Anyways, we have one more new watch to go through. This one does have an interesting outer box, a little. We got some color over there. We got some color on the inside. And the inner box, nice and colorful here. Nice and colorful there. It's supposed to look sort of like misprinted colors. So this is cyan. That's magenta, I think, right? Two different colors in the printing process, and they sometimes misprint, and it's just supposed to look like a mistake, but a good one. I like the way it looks. I'm actually a little surprised here because I've seen promotional pictures with this with a positive display like you see here and with a negative display. And they both seem to have the same model numbers. I don't know if there's two different versions of this or if they were originally making it a negative display and then they changed it later on, but they had already made the promo pictures. But when I bought this, it actually had the negative display in the picture on the listing. So I'm a little surprised. Positive display is a little more readable, a lot more readable. And that's why, that's positive. But on something a little more out there, like this, I thought the negative display looked a little nicer, despite the readability issue. Right. This is the DWE-5600PR. So that's deep water. All of these. So there's a bunch of DWE models. It's not quite clear what the E means. Maybe it means extra. Maybe it means exceptional, Excelsior. But all of these actually have the carbon core guard, much like this watch that everyone knows, the Casio. The reason why this is so strong and so thin is because it has a new type of resin. It's a carbon-infused resin. And they finally brought that to the square. There's a couple of different DWE models. They're all kind of special edition limited. There's no standard budget one just yet. What sets it apart is it's a little stronger while being a little lighter, And so there's no screws to hold the bezel in. You could remove these bezels just with your hands. And that's why it comes with an extra set for you to do that. I think all the DWE models do that. It's kind of interesting. I would have preferred the negative display on this. Maybe it's like the theme is errors, right? Printing errors. Maybe that's one of the errors. That they used to do negative display and now they switched it to positive. So we're already 10 minutes long. So if I haven't lost you yet, let's open up the alternatives here. I thought this was neat. It actually comes with this little tool. It's like a stylus. And it's branded GShock. And it's just a screwdriver on it. And that's used to kind of go in here and pop off this bezel, which I could have just used my finger for it. That's actually feels a little more flexible than usual. Right. I thought that's neat. Inside the case itself, hidden to the world, shock resist. That actually looks nice on its own. You can tell the material's different. It's not your standard resin. It's a little bit different colored. And I can't tell the weight difference, but it's supposedly a little lighter for its strength. We are serious watch modders now. Yeah, I don't need a tool. Hey, that looks pretty snazzy. I like it. Would have liked inlaid text in there, but that's pretty cool. And I'm sure you could imagine. All right. If you haven't clicked off yet, you've stuck around this far, let's do it. Let's spend the time in this partial unboxing and get this fully going. Okay, the extra straps come with spring bars preloaded in it. I suppose this helps. Riveting, right? Riveting stuff. Maybe we can talk while I'm working. I have a couple of GShock squares, and I do plan on making a video of all of them. I actually want to make a video like comparing all the different options. There's so many, it's so confusing. This has a metal exterior, this is a metal interior. Let me know if you want something like that. And of course, if you do, you should subscribe. I'm normally not this futzy. We'll get it. All right. It's weird. These quick release spring bars, they're designed to not need tools, but they embed it with this case that makes it you need a tool anyway, and now they include it. So, whoa, that's nice. I didn't think I'd like it because this is an interesting pattern and you lose so much of it, but pretty cool. If I didn't already have a white one, I might prefer this. Alrighty, that's it for the latest releases. Let's bring them all out again. I don't know, tell me what you think. What do you think about these? Are they a crime? Are they a mess? Should Casio go back to the drawing board? Or do you want one? What do you think about getting a stranger, more oddball colorway of a watch versus sticking with the classics? I'm kind of interested for your take. And let me know if you want me to make that GShock Square video. I have like 6 others. That's pretty cool. Maybe that should be the cover right there. Yeah. All right. Thank you very much.